Hi friends, very often I have heard from many candidates that sir, we did very well for all the 5 days of the SSB and finally unfortunately got conferenced out. Therefore gentlemen, today in this video I want to tell you what do you mean by getting conferenced out, what are your myths regarding conference, what does actually happen in the conference and what you should do to avoid getting out in the conference. Friends, first of all you must understand that there was no screening few years back. During our times there were only very few avenues of going to the SSB. The present entries like UAS entry, TGC entries were not there, and except NCC C certificate entries, everybody had to clear the test and come for the interview. Secondly, saying that I was conferenced out is not correct. Actually, very few candidates get conferenced out in the SSB process. You are assessed at 3 levels: GTO level, interviewer level and the psychologist level. You may have been rejected in any one or all 3 levels, and hence by the time you are reaching the conference you are already rejected. Only very few candidates who are selected at all the places are rejected in the conference. I will explain you the process later on. Therefore, what you say is that I was conferenced out is actually not correct. To understand it in detail, let's revise the SSB process a little. As you all know, SSB process consists of 5 levels: screening test, psychological test, group testing officer task, interview and conference. Only once you have cleared all these 5 levels that you are taken as a recommended candidate. Friends, screening has been initiated to reduce the load on the main interview. Nowadays, many candidates who do not go through the written test do come up for the SSB just to check their luck and have fun. Therefore, to avoid these people staying for 5 days, the screening process is done. Screening is done to conduct your intelligence testing and psychological testing. Intelligence testing is done by officer intelligence rating test, whereas the psychological testing is done by picture perception and discussion test. In the complete screening process, your intelligence, your group behavior and communication skills are tested. Friends, to know the complete process of the screening, you must watch my video on the channel Rahagir India. I have explained in full details how the intelligence testing is done, how you should write the picture and how should you carry out the discussion to get screened in. Coming to the psychological test. The psychological tests are conducted to know your real personality. Very few candidates are there who can avoid giving out their real personality in these tests. These tests are thematic aptitude test, word association test and situation reaction test. In thematic aptitude test, you are given to write 12 stories. Friends, it's not 1 or 2 stories which decide your selection or rejection. The psychologist checks all 12 stories together and thereafter gauges your real personality. You must understand the importance of 15 officer-like qualities. These qualities have been told officially and hence you are required to build your personality and show those qualities in whatever stories you write here. Therefore, you should also know the method of writing a story in the proper format. You should give a background, thereafter explain the stimulus which has been given to you on the picture. Do not write something which is not given as a stimulus in the picture. And thereafter, you should choose one of the main characters, show the officer-like quality which you want to display in that character and show a good ending. Make sure you also carry out time management, otherwise you will not be able to complete your story. In word association test, you are shown a word for some seconds and thereafter you have to write a sentence on that word in given time. Friends, it's important to understand that you must complete all 60 words. If you happen to leave a word that shows that the quality which was associated with that word, you are not able to handle that quality, and hence that thing is deficient in you. Hence, it's very important to complete all words. If it happens that you are not able to find a suitable sentence on that word, do make a general sentence. You may not get good marks for that, but at least you will not get a negative marks and rejected because of not attempting that word. You will be given certain negative words like suicide, murder, rape. You must make sure that you handle those words creatively. Make sentences out of imagination and make sure the sentences made out of the negative words are also creative and positive. Here also you must make sure that the time management is done properly. In situation reaction test, you are given a booklet containing 60 situations and you have to complete that in 30 minutes. So roughly you get half a minute for each situation. Gentlemen, many of you ask me that how many situations should you complete for getting selected. So here I want to make it very clear that the quality is more important than quantity. You may complete all 60 situations, but if they are not up to the required standards, they do not show the officer-like qualities, there is no use of them and you will be rejected. Also, if you take too much of time and just complete 20-25 of situations, that will show the lack of clarity in your mind and you may be rejected because of that. So tentatively, you must make sure that you handle at least 40 to 45 situations and do them well. If you can do more, that will help you in your merit. However, you must not compromise the quality for quantity. Friends, there are certain reasons because of which you get rejected in psychological tests. The foremost is giving unrealistic responses. You need to be practical, you need to be realistic, and you need to be true to the personality which you are displaying in other tests. Secondly, you must adhere to the officer-like qualities. These are the officer-like qualities which have been given officially for you to be part of armed forces. Therefore, whatever you display in the psychological test, whatever sentences you write, whatever words you write, whatever situations you write, they should be around these officer-like qualities. Thirdly, you must adhere to the time, otherwise you will be not able to complete the task. Group testing officer tasks. Friends, in GTO tasks, there are generally two types of tests. One is group tasks like half group tasks, group race, or they are individual tasks like individual obstacles and lecture aids. You will be assessed separately in both these tasks. However, the qualities assessed are combined in all these tests. The main things where you can go wrong are, first of all, it is the communication skill. Your communication skills are not checked only during your lecture day, but how you show your behavior in the group tasks, that will also show your communication skills. Your behavior should not be selfish. The importance of the group task should always take priority over your personal requirements. Thirdly, rigidity. You should never be rigid in any of the tasks. If you get stuck up somewhere, you must find an alternate solution to that problem. You should always have a very cooperative attitude within the group. Finally, your confidence, it should be very high. Even if you are under some tremendous strain and you get stuck up, you should get out of that with self-confidence. Also, mental and physical staminas are checked in the group testing officer tasks. Personal interview. The interviewing officer is a very senior experienced officer and he can easily make out your full personality by the way you give your responses. The things which are checked, first of all, are your comprehension skills. You must make sure that you understand what has been asked from you and reply only that. Most of the candidates which fail I have seen, they try to give pre-prepared responses whatever be the question. You must avoid this thing, otherwise you will be definitely rejected. Also, here also you must adhere to the officer-like qualities. Whatever has been asked from you, that things should be reflective of the officer-like qualities which have been explained earlier. Thirdly, there should not be any mismatch between the personal information questionnaire and the answers which you give here. Like in the personal information questionnaire, your marks have been very low in the graduation or +1 and +2, and here you start telling that you have been an excellent student, you have scored very well, you have been a topper. That will show that you are a fake personality. Also, you should be very truthful and never try to make up anything here. You should answer with complete confidence. The interviewer will ask you very unnerving questions. Some personal questions will be very touchy and you will find your confidence getting shattered. You must at that moment show your self-confidence, show your compose and handle those tricky questions very tactfully. Finally, your communication skills should be very good. You should be able to handle and interact with the interviewing officer very tactfully. Friends, this way all three assessing officers assess you separately. During the process, no one is permitted to discuss his results with the other assessor. They select you or reject you based upon their individual selection process. It's only once they sit together in the conference that they discuss the results of each candidate individually. There may be a candidate who has been rejected by all three or maybe by two of the assessors. Such candidates are not given much discussion here and hence they are rejected altogether. However, there might be a candidate who has been selected by two and rejected by one. So that assessor will show why he rejected you and others will give their inputs on whether it is true or false and whether that candidate should be taken or given the benefit of the doubt. Finally, there might be a candidate who has been selected by all three but still rejected. That happens because the qualities which he showed with one assessor were not true to what he showed to the other assessor. In that way, he might be rejected. So how you should avoid getting conferenced out? First of all, you should make sure that you are selected by all three assessors. If you have been selected by all three, there are very few chances that you will be rejected in conference. Secondly, you must make sure that you avoid multiple personalities. Whatever qualities you displayed with one assessor, the same qualities or similar qualities should be displayed with the other assessors also. You must remember what you did in one test so that you do not change that with the other assessor. You must remember what you filled in PIQ form and you must always stay conscious during the complete SSB process. You will never get rejected. Friends, I have a separate video on each test, each task, officer-like qualities, situation reaction test, word association test and all the things which are checked in the SSB interviews. You must go through all these videos, learn the concepts and thereafter show your original personality in the SSB. Please subscribe to my channel Rahagir India. If you like this video, please do share with others so that they are also benefited. Friends, thanks for watching. See you soon with another video. Thank you.